Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody doing? Peter Vexelman here. Let me just get set up here all the way. All right, got some very exciting things to go over with you guys today. Very cool. Today is the day for leveling up. I mean, literally today I'm going to go over how within our organization, how we can not only do deals together, but how we could do deals together at the highest possible levels, okay? Today it is all about leveling up. Today is all about getting to those next levels. Today is all about doing real estate deals and do them at the kind of levels that I don't know if they're possible to do anywhere else. So we're going to be discussing Partner Driven Live here. I'm excited that you guys are here. Very excited, very fired up. Going to be a super duper day. We got a lot of people dialing in, calling in, zooming in on social media. So glad you guys are here. What's up, Joe? What's up, Chandra? What's up, Keisha, Koachi, Larissa? What's up, Mark? What's up, Michael, Mike? A lot of things, a lot of people on, excited to be here, fired up. Again, today we're going to be talking about Partner Driven Max. And Partner Driven Max, literally, of doing real estate deals. Partner Driven Max is taking wherever you are in the real estate business and actually having most of the things done for you, okay? It's a done-for-you model. We're going to get rolling here in a minute or so, but fired up, excited. Glad you guys are here. If real estate is where you want to be, if you want to be at the highest levels, like what can I really do at the highest levels of real estate, then then today is all about that, okay? Today is all about that. How you can thrive at the highest levels, how you can get the most things actually done for you, how you could execute this business at a very high level. And so very excited you guys are here. We're going to get started here in just a minute or so, but get ready, guys, because for some of you today, as I go through Partner Driven Max, today will be the first day of the rest of your life when it comes to real estate investing. What's up, Ashley? What's up, Kerbo? What's up, Daniel, David, Ed? How are you? What's up, Bill, Bobby? How are you? Brian, Carlo, Cheryl? How are you? All right, guys, today we're talking Partner Driven Max, and Partner Driven Max is the next level of executing and doing real estate investing. Partner Driven Max is literally, I don't think it's possible. It's not all the way through real estate done for you, but it's about as close as you can get to of everything being done for you. And that's what Partner Driven Max is all about. So I am fired up. I am excited you guys are here. We got social media going, we got Zoom going. Man, in the world of technology, this is crazy. Like it used to be before this kind of technology, it would take us months to plan a meeting like this. But today, boom, we're doing it right here in a spot. Very excited, very fortunate that you guys are here. I hope wherever you guys are zooming in from, dialing in from, I hope everything is good. I'm glad you guys are taking time out of your busy days to be here. I'm fired up. I'm excited. And the interesting thing is I'm going to be sharing with you Partner Driven Max. And the interesting thing about Partner Driven Max is that I personally was a Partner Driven Max real estate investor. And then we had one more person become a Partner Driven Max real estate investor. And here we are today where we are opening it up. We've actually had it open for a couple of months now. We're having great success at it, and Julie has been kind enough to basically open it up even more. She's brought more help, more support on, and so Partner Driven Max is alive and well and kicking. And man, if you join the Partner Driven Max movement here today, I think you guys are going to be beyond impressed and beyond excited about doing that. All right, guys, well, let's get rolling. Again, my name is Peter Vexelman with Partner Driven. I am, for those of you that may not know me, although most of you I think do, I am a real estate investor. I'm a 22-year veteran of this business. I have done thousands and thousands of real estate deals. And I can tell you my personal journey to success could be attributed in a very simple way, okay? My personal journey to success came and started came and started, about 12 years ago. I was in this business for 22 years. Then the downturn of the real estate market obviously shifted everything. And, if you're around in '08, I promise you, if you're around in '08, then you got hit. I got hit. Everyone else around got hit. Lost a lot of things. Not proud to say that, but, that was my reality in '08, just absolutely kicked my butt. But as I left the real estate market, I then re-engaged in the real estate market very, very quickly. So I was back at it within several months. I knew the business worked. I just knew I didn't handle the downturn very, very well. So I re-engaged back into the real estate investing business very, very quickly. I started initially, I started originally I set up an office, and it was just myself and my money guy. His name was Bob, a very small, tiny office, couple hundred square feet. And, I brought the money guy on for obvious reasons. And literally, Bob and I started out. I started putting some deals together very quickly. I got to the point where I wanted to rebuild. I had to build a monster before the crash. Things were going great before the downturn. So the first thing I needed to do is I needed to bring somebody on to basically help me make some calls, right? Because if you're a real estate investor, the first help you need to get is on the marketing side. Somebody to make some contacts when it comes to sellers. And so I brought on this lady. Her name is Julie Muse. She's with me to this day. And Julie became an incredible asset to my company literally from day one, okay? She started initially putting some deals together for me. I very quickly realized that Julie was beyond just somebody to make calls. She progressed within the organization very quickly, and ultimately Julie literally became my CEO. And when she became my CEO, she pretty much ran everything and did everything and grew our real estate investment company to what ultimately became the largest in Atlanta, Georgia, Southeast, and we started actually even spreading all the way across the United States. But when people say, what happened to you in those 12 years? When you re-entered the market, how come it became so big, so fast, so strategic? And I point people back constantly to this one person that came into my life back then, and her name was Julie. Julie literally single-handedly took reins of my real estate investing company, and she absolutely started rocking it out from every aspect of what needs to be done. She got very, very focused. Number one, she got very focused in, hey, we got to have the right brand. We got to have the right mission. We put that together. She then said, she realized very quickly that just how I hired her, we needed to expand that side of the business. And so she started bringing on full-time callers, full-time negotiators. She brought on a full-time closer. I mean, literally, Julie became the operations genius behind my real estate investment company. She got it to the point where I was able to, a number of years down the road, step away from my real estate investment business. She pretty much ran everything. She's very detailed-oriented. She's very operations-oriented. She knows how to hire. She knows how to fire. She knows how to bring the right people on board. And again, for many, many years, Julie was the magic behind my real estate investment company. And then what happened? A number of years back, a gentleman came into Julie's and my life. His name was Seth Choate. And Seth was watching what we were doing from the side. He and I had some mutual contacts together. I didn't know who he was, but one day he calls me. He ends up flying into Atlanta. We became very good friends very, very quickly. But the key is this. We tried to do an experiment with Seth. We said, well, what if Julie now becomes Seth's CEO? What kind of results can we get that way? She had proven herself, way above and beyond what she was able to do for me at that point for a number of years. And so at that point, it was somewhat of an experiment. Okay, what if Julie takes Seth, who was actually brand new in the business at this point? I don't think had ever done a real estate deal, didn't have all his money lined up the right way, really didn't have too much to show for it other than he was a go-getter, he was ready to make things happen, he was on fire as it relates to real estate investing business, he was coachable, he literally said, hey, you guys tell me what to do and I'll do it and I'll rock it out and I'll make sure that it goes well. And so Julie became his CEO, and she started doing the exact same thing for him that she did for me many years ago. We branded Seth. She helped Seth brand himself. She set him up correctly corporately. But then she started doing what really makes money in this business, and really what made me money in this business. She started getting involved on his marketing side, all right? She brought in a caller for Seth. She trained him. Guys, do you guys know that caller still sits in my office to this day? The caller that she brought on back then to this day still sits in my office under the tutelage of Julie, under the guidance of Julie. And that caller started doing what callers were doing for me back then. Started making calls to sellers, started, setting appointments whenever possible. Seth started running them. Seth was constantly being tutored by Julie, literally on a daily basis. Julie at that point, even, in the early stages, even got involved in talking, discussing his leads on a daily basis. I was very much on top of Seth. And to bring that story full circle, now 3 or so years later, we've done over 100 deals with Seth. Made millions of dollars together, absolutely rocking it out. And guess what? Just like Seth was looking at me and what Julie had done for me, other people, especially those that are our partners, were looking at Seth, okay? Because Seth's name got to be huge. And so we're looking at Seth, and they were trying to figure out, well, how do we get Julie to step up and do what Julie did for Seth and what Julie did for you, Pete? And for many years, we never went beyond just myself and Seth. And the reason we never went beyond myself and Seth is because we didn't have the capacity. We didn't have the capacity to go beyond Seth and I. Okay, we didn't have the capacity to have Julie then start running other people's operations, to have Julie bring on a call for someone else. Until a couple months back, about 4 months ago, Julie and myself and the team here built up that capacity for Julie. And we released what we're here to talk about here today, and that is the Partner Driven Max. And Partner Driven Max is what Julie did for me many years ago to get my business to where it is now, thousands of deals later. It's what Julie did for Seth just a little bit ago to get Seth's business to where it is today. And now Partner Driven Max is alive and well. Julie does have the capacity to step in with the right potential partner or an existing partner and literally run his operation the way she did for myself, the way she did for Seth. And so it's very limited. We don't accept everybody into Partner Driven Max, again, because it is extremely hands-on. It is extremely time-consuming for Julie and the people around her. But we do have spots available. We do have opportunities for people to step in to enjoy all the benefits that have gotten me to where I am in the real estate investing business, and more beyond just me, where it's gotten Seth. And now we started Partner Driven Max just a couple months back, and we're really already having incredible success with our partners there also. So what exactly is Partner Driven Max? There's a number of you guys listening today here that you've already maybe heard about it, seen it, maybe heard us talk about it, and you're just like, okay, let's tie everything together. Let's tie the loop. Let's bring it all to a fruition. And what exactly is Partner Driven Max? So for those of you that join the Partner Driven Max or become part of Partner Driven Max, there's a number of stages that Julie takes you guys in. Number one, she steps in literally as your CEO, and she functions like your CEO. And that's many times a mentality thing. Obviously, that's an operations. It is basically, a CEO is a CEO, okay? And that's the first, from day one, she will assume that part and assume that responsibility. Next, especially in today's environment, especially in today's market, one of the things you need to do is you got to set up your entities correctly, okay? And so Julie's going to connect you with our entity and individual. And by the way, if you know the last name Brunson, like Russell Brunson, this is the family. It's actually his father that has set up all of our entities here at Partner Driven, our corporate entities, our personal entities. It is important to set them up correctly to make sure they're done the right way. And so one of the first things that Julie will do for you, if you have not correctly done so, or if you haven't done it at all, is she will get you connected with the Brunsons, and on our behalf, she will set up the entities correctly for you. Now, let me tell you something. That is important, short-term and long-term. Okay, because there's tax implications with being set up correctly. There's tax benefits. There's tax advantages, right? There's liability benefits, liability advantages. So setting up your entity the right way is very critical, and that'll be one of the first things, if you haven't done it correctly already, that Julie will do. The next thing you do that you need in order to be a successful real estate investor, you got to be branded the right way. Let's face it, we live in the world of technology, information age, internet, fast-paced, and many times people make a decision about you not after they meet you, but before they even meet you. And that is all connected to how are you branded? How are you branded to the world? How's the whole world looking at you, right? Well, how does the world, what do they think about you? And so branding today is, I can tell you, when I started 20 years ago, branding was not that important. Branding was something that just kind of happened over a period of time, and it wasn't even discussed because back then really internet was not the focus and technology was not the focus and things like that. So Julie's going to get you branded. Number one, she's going to set up the perfect logo for you. Okay, we have an in-house logo designer, and she will get you connected with them. And so you'll have the perfect logo for who you are, for what you want to do, so she'll get you branded correctly. Next, you got to have the right website set up for you, right? Because let's say if you're doing real estate today, and if you do not have your website functioning, if you do not have your website set up correctly, then I promise you many deals that you could possibly do, you'll never do for one very basic reason: it'll never even get to you, right? It'll literally never even come to you because your website is either non-existent or it is set up incorrectly. So then Julie with our team will coordinate an incredible website for you to give you the right kind of presence. Because I promise you, a lot of deals you don't do because the seller doesn't even get to you. They do a little digging around, little checking around. You may have some kind of a template set up that is very apparently a template. You may have something not even set up at all, which means you're not checkoutable. So as far as branding, the next thing to do is she's going to set up your website. I mean, obviously today, social media is very important, right? Social media is absolutely critical. It is, by the way, just as many people that'll check you out through your website will also check you out through your social media. And most of us, especially in the beginning stages, have no idea how to correctly set up the correct kind of website. Correct social media. And so Julie with our in-house team will get all of that set up for you. They'll get your Instagram set up. A lot of you right now are watching me on Instagram, right? It's an incredibly powerful engine. It is an incredible, powerful way of communicating with people. And so she will get your Instagram set up and Facebook set up. And all of that put together, that is branding. It's your logos, it's your website, it's how your social media looks. So basically, Julie will get you, and the team will get you to the point that you are now presentable to the world, right? That when the world wants to, and by the way, it's not only a lot of deals you could have done you won't do because the seller won't even get to you. It's a lot of deals that you may want to do and may be in the middle of doing that you'll never get to finish. Because in the middle of negotiations, in the middle of interacting with you, the seller may go check your Facebook out, may go check out your social media, may check out your websites. If they're not there or if they're not set up correctly, that could be a deal killer. So the correct kind of branding in the real estate world as it sits today is absolutely critical and is absolutely important. Okay? All right. Next. Now it's time to start making money, right? And at Partner Driven Max, we take making money extremely, extremely seriously, right? We take it extremely seriously. And what makes you money? It is the ability to connect with the right sellers. And by the way, at Partner Driven Max, we stay very focused on everything that we do with you, including in the marketing. See, I could tell you, if you're out there trying to put real estate deals together yourself, there's a very good chance you might not even be marketing correctly, right? So there's only really one source of marketing that works in today's marketplace, and that is your ability to go directly to the owners of properties where you live, right? So what we do, and this is very important. Now, this is very important. We will actually utilize our in-house app called Deal Driven, and we will do this for you, by the way. Not you do it for you. We will do it for you. We will literally stack what is known as stacking. We'll put together the perfect list of potential sellers in your marketplace. You know, sometimes people are surprised. Like, are you saying you can actually go to some app and pull the most likely people to sell their properties? Yes, you absolutely can. And our team here knows how to do it. So as a partner-driven Max partner, we will actually stack the list for you, the perfect list, the non-owner occ list, the list, with the right kind of equity, with where they live, with how long they've owned the property, with some other things they may have done to the property. So we will actually pull that list for you. Okay, we will stack that list for you, and then we will ourselves inject it into our proprietary CRM system. Now, let me tell you how powerful that is. So basically, what our team is doing for you as a partner-driven Max partner, okay, what our team will do is we will literally pull the list of the most potential people likely to sell in your marketplace, whatever state or city you may live in. We will then insert that list ourselves into our proprietary CRM system, right? That proprietary CRM system will then start marketing to these potential owners by itself on your behalf. Think about it. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, there's marketing that's going to be done on your behalf by our team under your name. So they'll send text messages to these potential sellers. Emails will go up to these potential sellers. And so everything, calls will be made. And it's all on your behalf. The potential seller literally thinks they're getting to know you. They're getting more comfortable with you, right? They might do some research on you. This is where branding becomes important, right? And then as they start responding back that yes, I'm interested, we're going to have an in-house. This next piece is very important. What Julie's going to do, if you're a partner-driven Max partner, Julie will actually hire a local, and this is very important. It's the local. It's right here out of Georgia. Julie will actually hire a local caller to start calling on these potential sellers. What that means is we're taking qualifying to the next level. Just the fact that a potential seller says, I want to sell, that's fantastic, by the way. In my world, that is a legit as it gets lead, right? That is a legit as it gets lead. But then beyond that, okay, Julie will take her time to do exactly what you did for me, to do exactly what you did for Seth. She will actually hire a local caller that'll start making outbound calls qualifying these leads. Okay? Just basically asking them some basic questions. And as a partner-driven Max partner, this next part is mind-blowing, okay? Because it took very long time to get to this level when I was doing it. But now Julie's doing this very quickly. She will actually generate at least one lead a day for you. Now think about this. If you had over a 30-month period, 30-day period, if you had 30 people that say, yes, I want to sell my property, don't you think you could probably convert at least one of them, right? If you had 30 people over a 30-day period, well, I guess it's weekdays. On weekends, obviously, we're not doing this. So 20-some people, 21 or 22 people, over a 1 month period to raise their hand and say, yes, I do want to sell. Don't you think chances are pretty good that you could probably get at least one of them converted, right? What will happen at Partner-Driven Max level, Julie will actually even show you how you could take the leads that don't convert, connect with a local agent, and even monetize there. That's a very, very big piece. Very, very big piece. So Partner-Driven Max is designed for those that, to a certain degree, want a done-for-you real estate investment business. a done-for-you real estate investment company. Number one, we're going to set you up correctly. And by the way, we're taking partners on anywhere across the United States, all 50 states and any city, at the partner-driven max level. There is no restrictions. As long as you're present here in the United States, you're very coachable, you're ready to level up, those are the requirements. And so number one, she's going to set up that entity for you. That's very important from a protection standpoint, legal standpoint, and tax standpoint. Next, we're going to do all branding for you. We're going to brand you from a logo perspective, from a website perspective. We're going to brand you from a perspective of social media, setting up your IG account, setting up your Facebook the right way. Next, we're going to actually pull lists of potential sellers, okay? We're going to actually pull lists of potential sellers in your own marketplace, right? Of potential sellers right in your own marketplace that are the most likely to sell. We'll pull that list into our proprietary CRM system, and the CRM system on your behalf will begin marketing to these sellers. Text messages, emails, some calls. Once the sellers raise their hand and say, yeah, looks like I'm interested in selling, I feel comfortable with you, then Julie's hiring an in-house caller that she will supervise. It's very important. Julie will personally hire, coach, train that person, and supervise that person to qualify that lead to a certain level for you. And every weekday, you're going to get at least one lead like that. You're going to get at least one lead like that. And again, think about it over a month, getting 20-some leads like that of people that want to sell their properties. Pretty safe to say, probably don't you think you can get one person where it comes out to be an investment deal, or over a couple months when they start stacking on top of each other? It's a no-brainer. So Partner-Driven Max is exactly what I just explained to you, plus a lot more. The key is you get the most trusted person I have in this industry, Julie, doing for you exactly what she did for me many years ago, exactly what she did for Seth a couple years back, and what she's doing for a number of our initial Partner-Driven Max people. She becomes your CEO. I promise you, she'll also become an incredible friend. She'll also become an incredible influence in your life, and she'll show you really how to level up at extremely high levels. Partner-Driven Max is not for everybody. We're very limited in who we could take. We're very selective in who we could take. There's a decent price tag that comes with it. And it depends how many months you want to participate in this. Okay? And that is 4 months at $45,000 upwards to 6 months where you're at $65,000. Okay? It's not a cheap price tag because it's very expensive to operate it. Very expensive. Pretty much all the money that you give to us, we then funnel back into you from a perspective of we then follow back into you from a perspective of, marketing, hiring callers, setting up entities, setting up websites, and all that. We want to make sure you take this decision very seriously because this is literally leveling up at the highest levels in the real estate investing business. Now, if you feel like Partner-Driven Max is your opportunity to join and you're ready to get rolling, there's two ways to make payment. One, you could just pay the whole thing off right up front. If you do that, you get a 10% discount. We could do some internal financing for you. Okay, we could do some internal financing for you. And if we do internal financing for you, then it's $20,000, and then we'll work out a custom payment plan for you for the balance. Okay? Or we have a third-party finance company that if you qualify, will actually give you the funding. To join Partner-Driven Max. Okay? And if you qualify with them, then your payments back to them will only be a couple thousand a month, like $2,500, $3,000 a month. Okay? But to qualify for that type of financing, you need to have certain qualifications. Number one, you have to have a credit score that's over 620. Number two, you have to have a job that you've been in at for at least a year, the last year, consistently one job, okay? And you have to make over $40,000 of income with that job, gross. Or if you're an independent business owner, you have to show last 2 years of tax returns where you've made that kind of money. But I'm going to do something I've never done before. For those of you that are ready to level up and join Partner Driven Max. By the way, some of you guys are here that you want to just basically, you might want to start at Partner Driven level. That's fine too. Partner Driven is $15,000. But if you, whatever you want to start at Partner Driven or you're ready to level up to Partner Driven Max, I'm going to give out my personal cell phone. Okay, I'm going to give you out my personal cell phone. And I'm going to allow you you have to text me. Please don't call me, but text me the words I'm in. Okay, text me the words I'm in. And then I will personally touch base with you. Okay, we'll maybe fill in any holes. We'll work out a payment plan if it's internal financing, but you have to have at least minimum $20,000 down. At the partner-driven end, for $15,000, you have to have a minimum of $2,500 down. So if you guys are in, you're ready to level up, you're ready to get going, then you could text me directly at 404-915-9685. 404-915-9685. And that's, you've heard the presentation. You know what it's about. You know what it entails. If you're ready to get started, text to that number, 404-915-9685, and I'll personally get you started. Guys, listen, I enjoyed it. I love doing this stuff. I enjoy it. Partner Driven Max, in essence, is what made me who I am today. Okay? Partner Driven Max has made my best buddy Seth who he is, and now I'm making a number of other Partner Driven Max partners. We're ready to expand it. So if you're in, text to my number, 404-915-9685. I'm in. And then I'll touch base with you, go over any other questions you may have, and most importantly, get you rolling. All right, guys, enjoyed it very much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.